At Roadtrip Nation, we've spent over 20 years interviewing inspiring people to help us answer life's big questions. Here's their advice.
No matter how much of an expert we actually are in something, we all feel that we're not good enough. Part of that is because we're just simply human.
Everyone has a bit of imposter syndrome, right? Even if you speak to President Obama, okay? Come on.
And I think anytime you adventure or dive into something new, you're going to have that feeling because you're in uncharted territories. You're growing is what that probably is that you've moved on to something new and it's uncomfortable and you don't belong there because you've never been there.
And there will be a period where you don't think you belong. And that's okay, because that means you're hungry and you're committed to doing an excellent job.
Hopefully for none of us is there ever going to be an end point. We grow and the horizon keeps moving. So I would say imposter syndrome is something that we will never outgrow.
I think the trick to solving the imposter syndrome is giving yourself the time to become an expert. We're gonna call it an expert, and we're gonna make you think that in your head of you do become an expert when you spend months of time to really understand the problem you're dealing with.
A big part of me combating imposter syndrome is to try to realize my unique value and that I do have certain insecurities, but there are a lot of things that I'm really good at, and try to just remind myself that I'm making progress in my career because of those things that make me stand out.
I think you have to kind of build your platform of confidence over time, and I think it's a practice.
You have to be willing to hear no a lot. You have to be resilient. Oh, that didn't really go so well, and so do better next time.
You're gonna get it wrong many times before you get it right, and it's okay. I wasn't kind enough with myself to say it's okay if you don't know because no one else knows.
You're always very, very aware of the things you don't know, and there will always be people around you that know certain things, and you assume they know everything that you know plus that thing, and that's not true.
There are people who are trying to convince you that maybe you're not supposed to be here. You've got to develop that confidence in yourself.
I was in these meetings with sort of higher and higher level people, and they're really smart, and I'm intimidated by that. My boss at the time actually was he was going off about something, and it was something that I actually knew more about, and he was wrong. And it was this epiphany of oh, just because people are saying something like they know it, it doesn't actually mean they know it.
And that's always interesting to me because I feel wow, if I just had a little bit of their confidence, that would be so amazing.
I think it's really important to acknowledge for ourselves what we would acknowledge in one of our friends or a loved one. We would give them praise. We would say to them, congratulations, look what you've done. But we don't say that to ourselves.
It doesn't allow you to embrace who you are and what you are doing in the present moment. You are never celebrating who you are in that moment.
I would say wherever you are, you belong. You always belong. That feeling is more so the world is constantly telling you that you're less than. So it's a constant fight.
And then I remind myself of my successes. Our minds tend to go to the things that we feel that we don't have, rather than to really appreciate and own things that we do.
Hey there, Ben from Roadtrip Nation here, reigning office ping pong champion and event manager. We're glad you're here. Thanks for watching the videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button over here and watch a few more. Oh, I think it hit.